is located in the southern region of Poland. It is the second largest city and one of the most popular tourist destinations in Poland. Cracow Old Town has more historical buildings in one area than maybe any other city in the world. This was our first stop on our European trip, and we couldn't wait to check into our hotel and drop our bags. We wanted to start our exploration right away. But first, we needed to eat, and by the looks of Alfredo, he wasn't sure of Poland's cuisine. I actually really enjoyed the food our first try, and I think Alfredo was pleased as well. After lunch, we took a sightseeing golf cart to see a longer stretch of the city. On our way out, we passed by Wawel Castle. This beautiful Gothic castle is on our to-do list, and we'll be visiting it soon. I was told if I were ever in Krakow, I should stop by the well of Saint Stanislaw. Luckily, it was one of our stops on this tour. This water in Krakow is said to have miraculous healing powers, and I was excited, and I couldn't wait to taste it. You can find the well in the Palace Monastery in Kazimir. I decided I would take a chance and try it. And I totally thought I was poisoned. It has a very strong taste of minerals and sulfur. It says it's safe to drink and that it's actually holy water. In that case, I hope any bad juju was cleansed out of me. Even though we chose to take a tour car to see a few of Krakow's landmarks, the best way to really enjoy the city is on foot. Old Town Historic District has practically turned into a pedestrian precinct, and everything is walking distance. You will find that every street and square has something to offer. You feel like you have uncovered something new and untouched, and that time has stood still here. We discovered amazing cafes, unique stores, galleries, and assorted culture venues. You can't go wrong here. There's something for everyone, and every nook and cranny needs to be discovered. After a long day of sightseeing, the sun was finally setting. Just when you think you have seen all her beauty, Krakow's majestic glow takes on the sunset, wearing it like jewels. The night takes on a magical flair, drawing you in to play. During the summer months, cafes bring out their chairs, providing a place to sit and watch the world go by. Your options are unlimited, and you can literally drink and eat and eat and eat and drink some more all night here. As you can see, we did just that. This playful city has so much to offer and tons of entertainment around each corner. You're surrounded by the large clock hall. Don't miss the opportunity to climb the Adam Mickiewicz monument. And the sounds of the bells at St. Mary's Cathedral. And romantic carriage rides, providing that perfect photo moment. Shops and galleries stay open late, a sure way to get in your shopping if your days are filled with sightseeing tours. The Grand Square comes alive in the dark, swallowing the bright moon's light and now cast upon it. This square has been Krakow's hub since the 13th century. It is the largest of all Europe's medieval cities, taking up 10 beautiful acres. From the early beginnings, the market square was the commercial and social heart of Cracow. Street performers are not to be missed. They play a traditional Polish music, making your Cracow's experience come more alive. But last but not least, the pastry nightcap will top off your long day and night in Cracow. Cheers! A trip to Europe can be a true fairy tale. It can also tell the sobering story of Europe's horrors of Nazism. Poland was hit harder by World War II than any other country. While many camps were slave labor camps, Auschwitz, the dreaded destination of Polish Jews such as those as Oskar Schindler's List, shamefully were built to exterminate. The museum shows a deep, emotionally powerful display of unhuman cruelty and despair. Words cannot explain the sorrow that is felt there. A second Auschwitz camp, Birkenau, also known as Auschwitz II, is about a mile away. A haunting ghost camp with an endless horizon of demolished barracks and eerie watchtowers. Our visit to Auschwitz and Birkenau, though sad and cruel, we were glad we had the chance to visit and pay our respects. This trip will remain close to our hearts, which still seems surreal. Written and set in stone at the Birkenau Memorial, it says, "Forever let this place be a cry of despair and a warning to humanity, where the Nazis murdered about 1.5 million men, women, and children, mainly Jews from various countries of Europe." Another tour that is highly recommended is Schindler's Factory Museum. Oskar Schindler, hero of the film Schindler's List, lived and worked in Krakow, just 2 blocks from Wawel Castle. Schindler's Factory Museum fills the actual factory building where Oskar Schindler and his Jewish employees worked. This museum is a very popular tour, so we recommend you get there early to take it all in. Krakow had 5 major Jewish ghettos. In 1943, the Nazis demolished the ghettos in Krakow. There are just a few remains left of a wall. The Ghetto Heroes Square has turned into a monument commemorating the Jewish ghetto and the Krakow Jews. Each bronze chair represents 1,000 lost souls. 59 face south and 1 east to Schindler's Factory. It's a very moving tribute and one not to miss. Poland's underground salt cathedral is located 443 feet underground in the town of Wieliczka and visited by 1.2 million people annually. It was built in the 13th century, producing table salt until 2007. In order to access the mine, you need to climb down 378 steps on a wooden spiral staircase that can get you quite dizzy going down them quickly. The mine reaches a depth of 1,073 feet, featuring an underground lake. Many historic statues carved out of the rock salt by contemporary artists. this beautiful cathedral that was carved out by the miners, and the chandeliers are all made of salt rock. And many other mine corridors, including 3 chapels. And thankfully an elevator to provide access back up to the surface.
Right now.
There's no walls to be licked yet.
I eventually found that wall to lick, and mostly because of a dare. I highly recommend not licking it. What was I thinking, that it was Willy Wonka and the lickable wallpaper of fruit? The town of Wieliczka was adorable and charming, continuing its European style of architecture. It's worth walking around after your mine tour, and the perfect stop for dinner or supper. Our day started out wet and cold, but that didn't keep us from venturing out and exploring more of Cracow. With umbrella in hand, we made the trek up Wawel Hill. As the political and cultural heart of Poland through the 16th century, Wawel Castle is a potent symbol of national identity. It's now a museum containing 5 separate sections: Crown Treasury and Armory, staterooms, royal private apartments, Lost Wawel, and the exhibition of Oriental art. Also on the hill is the cathedral and Dragon's Cave. We decided to explore the Dragon's Cave. According to the legend, a huge fire-spitting dragon used to live and terrorize the Cracow's population. It's been told that the dragon was poisoned. Now sick and confused, he crawled out of the cave drinking tons of water from the Wieliczka River, then bursting into pieces. Today, the cave is still free from the dragon and can be safely visited. Now only stands a statue replicating the fire-breathing dragon, exhaling fire towards its visitors who dare to get close. Leaving the castle is a pleasant walk next to the Wieliczka River, rain or shine. Cracow has been a magical place and surprised us in so many ways. It was sad to say farewell to this city's majestic beauty and extremely friendly people. We felt like family here, and it's going to be hard to go. There's so much history unfolding before your eyes. Long stretches of scenery, chapels, streets, museums, market squares, neighborhoods, shops, restaurants, pubs, clubs. I could go on and on. Until next time, Dobranoc, Cracow.